Hello friends, welcome to Virtual Reality Essentials video tutorials series. In the previous video tutorial, we understood how do we move character in VR scene. How do we move character in VR scene? In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss how to open and close door in VR scene. How do we open and close doors in VR scene, guys? First, we create door mesh. For that, we create a cube and rename it to door mesh. So I go to game object menu and say 3D object, say cube, and rename it to door mesh. Okay. Next, we scale it in x-axis by 4, y by 6, z by 0.5. We scale it in x-axis by 4, y by 6, z by 0.5. And then we set the position x to 0, y to 1.5, z to 0. Okay, position x to 0, y to 1.5, okay, and z to 0, so that the door mesh stands on top of the ground. Okay, let me select the door mesh and press the F key to focus on it. I select the rotation tool and rotate it. You can see that the door mesh is rotating from the center. I don't want the door mesh to rotate from the center. I want to rotate it from the left side. Okay, let me set the door mesh rotation y to 0. To rotate the door mesh from its left side, we are going to create the door hinge. So for that, we are going to create one empty game object, name it door hinge. Okay, I go to game object menu, say create empty, and I rename it to door hinge. Next, we make the door mesh as the child of door hinge. So I make the door mesh as the child of door hinge. Let me select the door hinge and click on the translate tool. Select the door hinge, go to game object menu and say center on children. I say game object menu, center on children. At present the door hinge is placed exactly at the center of the door mesh, guys. Next, we unparent the door mesh and set the door hinge position x to -2. We unparent the door mesh, select the door hinge, set its position x to -2 so that it sits on the left side of the door mesh. Okay. Next, we make the door mesh as the child of door hinge. We make the door mesh as the child of door hinge. Now I select the door hinge and take the rotation tool and rotate. You see now the door mesh is rotating from the left side, right? We are holding the left side of the door mesh and rotating. So that's the main purpose of creating the door hinge, guys. Okay. Let me set the door hinge rotation around y-axis back to 0. Click on the translate tool. Next, we create the door animation. First, we create door hinge idle animation. So for that, we select the door hinge game object and launch the animation window. At present, door hinge game object is selected. Go to window menu, say animation and animation. You can see that the animation window is launched. Okay. Next, we click on the create button. We create animations folder inside the assets folder. We set the file name door hinge idle and save. We click on create button, go to assets folder, right click, say new folder and name it animations. I open the animations folder and we give the file name here door hinge idle and click on save button. Door hinge idle, you can see here. Next, we click on the record button, click on add property button, go to transform and select the rotation. We click on record button, click on add property, go to transform, select the rotation. And you can see that in the 0th frame, the rotation X, Y, Z is set to 0, 0, 0. And on the 60th frame, the rotation X, Y, Z set to 0, 0, 0. And if I click on the play button, nothing happens, right? The door is not rotating, nothing is happening. So that's actually the door idle animation, guys. Let me stop it. So door hinge idle animation we have created, and I click again on the record button to stop recording. Right? We click again on the record button to stop recording. Next, we create door hinge open animation. So for that, we click on animation clips drop down, choose the create new clip. We click on create new clip option and we set the file name door hinge open and save. Here we have animation clips drop down. Click on create new clip and we name the file door hinge open and click on save. Next, we click on record button, click on add property button, go to transform, select the rotation, go to 60th frame and set the rotation Y to -90. What do? We click on record button, click on add property, go to transform, select the rotation, and we go to 60th frame, that is after 1 second actually. On 60th frame we set the rotation around Y axis to -90. That actually opens the door. If I click on the play button, you can see that it's opening the door, right? That's the door hinge open animation, guys. I stop it and stop recording, right? We just click again on the record button to stop. Next, we create door hinge close animation. We click on animation clips drop down, choose create new clip and set the file name door hinge close and save. We click on this animation clips drop down, click on create new clip and we set the file name door hinge close and save. And next we click on the record button, add property button, go to transform, select the rotation. This time on the 0th frame we set the rotation Y to -90. Okay, click on record button, add property, transform, rotation. On the 0th frame itself we set -90 rotation, and after 1 second it closes, right? On the 60th frame rotation XYZ is set to 0, 0, 0. If I click on the play button, it closes the door, right? Let me stop and click again on the record button to stop recording. So we click again on the record button to stop recording. So that's how we create door open and close animation, guys. Let me close this window. Next, what we do? Next, we set up the door hinge animation state machine. We set up the animation state machine, guys. We open door hinge animation controller. So here in the animations folder we have door hinge animation controller. I double click on it to open and tear this window. Okay, here we have door hinge idle animation state, we have door hinge open animation state, we have door hinge close animation state. Okay, we create transition from door hinge idle state to door hinge open state. For that, I right click on door hinge idle state, make transition, click on door hinge open. Next, create transition from door hinge open to door hinge close state. So for that, I right click on door hinge open state, make transition, click on door hinge close. Next, make transition from door hinge close to door hinge open. So for that, I right click on door hinge close animation state, make transition and click on door hinge open. So that's the animation state machine, guys. Next, we set the animation parameter. We set door hinge animation transitions parameter. So for that, we add state change integer type parameter to parameters list. So here we have parameters. Click on the plus symbol, choose here int and name it state change. Initially, state change value is set to 0. When state change value is 0, door hinge idle animation will be playing, guys. Okay. Next, we select the door hinge idle to door hinge open transition. We add a condition state change equals to 1. Door hinge idle to door hinge open transition. Door hinge idle to door hinge open transition. And here we add a condition saying state change equals to 1. That means when state change value is set to 1, door hinge open animation should get played. Okay. Next, we select door hinge open to door hinge close transition and set state change equals to 2. We add a condition state change equals to 2. Okay. Let me select door hinge open to door hinge close transition and click on the plus symbol here. State change equals to 2. That means when state change value is set to 2, door hinge close animation should get played. Next, door hinge close to door hinge open transition. We select, add a condition state change equals to 1. We select door hinge close to door hinge open transition and we click on the plus symbol, state change equals to 1. When state change is equals to 1, again door hinge open animation should get play. So that's how we add the parameter, guys. Okay. Next, what are we going to do? Next, we disable door hinge animation clips loop time. Okay, we disable the loop time for door hinge idle, door hinge open and door hinge close animation clips. I close this window. Let me close this window. I select door hinge idle, disable loop time, door hinge open, disable loop time, door hinge close, disable loop time. That means these animations will get play only once. They don't play continuously. That's the main purpose of disabling the loop time. Okay. Now you can see I select the door hinge and go to window menu and go to animations. I launch the animator window. Here we have the animator window. You can see that. Let me tear it. Okay. Now check out, if I click on the play button, let me select the parameters. At present door hinge idle, animation is getting played, right? Because the state change value is set to 0. If I set it to 1, you see door hinge open, animation is getting played. If I set the state change value to 2, you can see that door hinge close, animation is getting played. If I set it back to 1, door hinge open, animation will get played. So that's the parameter we access inside the script to open and close the door, guys. Let me set it back to 0 so that it stays idle. Let me stop it, and you can see the state change value is set to 0, guys. Let me close it. Next, what are we going to do is we create the door trigger. For that, I create a cube and name it to door trigger. I go to game object menu, say 3D object, say cube, and let's rename it to door trigger. Next, make the door hinge as a child of door trigger. I make the door hinge as a child of door trigger. Next, select the door trigger, go to game object menu and say center on children. I select the door trigger, go to game object menu and say center on children. Next, unparent the door hinge. I unparent the door hinge. Okay. Select the door trigger. Select the door trigger, disable the mesh renderer. We disable the mesh renderer. Now only the trigger is visible. You can see that, right? Only the collider is visible. Next, we have disabled the mesh renderer. Next, we select the door trigger, add the rigid body component, disable use gravity. So to this door trigger, we add a rigid body component so that we can have collision check. I say add component, rigid body, and disable use gravity so that it should not fall down. Okay. Next, we go to box collider component, enable ease trigger. We go to box collider component, enable ease trigger. This is going to be a trigger. Okay. Next, set center to 201. Set center to 201. We place in this place. Next, size to 567. We set size to 567. Okay, that's how our door trigger looks, guys. Okay. Next, what we do? We make the door hinge as the child of door trigger. We make the door hinge as the child of door trigger. Next, what are we going to do? Next, we create the door itself. We create an empty game object, name it door1. We create an empty game object and we rename it to door1. Next, make the door trigger as the child of door1. We make the door trigger as the child of door1. Okay, select the door1. Go to game object menu and say center on children. Go to game object menu and say center on children. Now the door 1 is placed exactly at the center of the hierarchy. So door 1 we have, you can see that that's the actually setup for door 1, guys. So door 1 empty game object, if we move, the entire setup moves. So we have door mesh. To rotate the door mesh, we have door hinge, and we have door trigger for checking the collision. We have door 1 empty game object which holds everything. Okay. Next, what we do? We write the script. We write the code, guys. We create a C# script called as door trigger controller and attach it to door trigger game object. I go to scripts, right click here, create C# script and name it door trigger controller. Okay, door trigger controller script is created and I select the door trigger game object. We drag and drop the script on it, and you should see here door trigger has the script attached. Door trigger controller we have attached to door trigger game object because it has the trigger. That's the main purpose of it, guys. Okay. Next, what we do? Next, we type the code. So let me open this inside the Visual Studio. I'm opening the door trigger controller script. Okay, door trigger controller script is open inside the Visual Studio. I delete this comment We don't need this command. Actually, we don't need this code at all. We don't need the start function, update function. Okay. First, what we do, we are going to create one public variable of type animator with the name doorHingeAnimator. Okay. We are going to create a public variable of type animator called doorHingeAnimator. We create this variable to get the reference to animator component of the door hinge, guys. I say Control S to save, and if you go here to Unity and select the door trigger, you can see that it is asking for door hinge animator component, right? So I just drag the door hinge game object here. So we are actually referring the door hinge animator inside the script. We have got the animator controller here. Next, we are going to add on trigger enter and on trigger exit event handlers. So I say here on trigger enter event handler. So we have on trigger enter event handler. This will get executed when our character enters the trigger area. Okay. And what we do there, we check if other game object name is a character. Then we set the animator controller state change parameter value to 1. Here we write the code. If the other game object, other.gameObject.name is equals to character, if it is a character, then we take doorHinge animator controller dot set integer state change equals to 1. We know that when state change value is set to 1, the door will get open, right? Let me save it. I say Control S to save. Go to Unity. Okay. Now check out. I select the character and the door and click on the play button. Check out now what happens. If I move forward and as I enter the trigger area, you see that the door opens. That's how we open the door, guys, by code. When the character enters the trigger area, on trigger enter will get executed, and it just checks whether the other game object is a character. If it is a character, set the state change equals to 1. In the same way, we are going to add on trigger exit event handler. So I say here on trigger exit event handler, and here also we write the same code. I copy this code and paste here. Only thing we do is we set the state change value to 2, and we know that when state change value is set to 2, the door gets closed, right? So I say Control S to save and go to Unity. I click on the play button. Check out what happens. If I move and enter the triggered area, the door opens, and if I come out of the trigger area, door closes. So that's how we open and close the door, guys. That's how we open and close the door. I hope you guys are clearly understanding. If I enter and if I exit, the door closes. I hope you guys are clearly understanding. So we have successfully written a code for how to open and close the door. If you want, you can make a duplicate doors. Let me stop it. Here we have the door 1. Let me move it left and I duplicate this. I press Ctrl D to duplicate. So we have another door set up here, right? Door trigger, door hinge, everything is there. Let me move this door this side and let me rename it to door 2. Okay, that's door 2. And here door trigger, we have door trigger. Only thing we have to do is we have to give here this door hinge. Okay, and now we click on the play button. Check out what happens. Let me select the door 1 as well as character. Okay, now if I move to this door 1, you see that that door opens, right? And I come outside, the door 1 closes, and let me go and enter the door 2, right? You can see that door 2 is opening, and if I come out, the door 2 closes. So that is how we make the door open and close in the VR scene. I suggest you to build an APK file for the project and install it inside the mobile and put the mobile inside the Google VR Cardboard and test it, guys. That's it guys for this video tutorial. I hope you guys have clearly understood. I suggest you people to try this yourself. In the upcoming video tutorials, we are going to discuss more about virtual reality. If you like this video, hit the like button and share with your friends so that everyone will get benefited. For more benefits and be up to date, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.